accused Sussman is suing his former friends and roommates, 25-year-old Kelsey Denzeisen and 21-year-old Michelle Dukes, for the return of rent and belongings.
Mr. Sussman, you and the defendants were roommates. You moved out. They're not unhappy that you moved out, right?
Correct.
Your claim is for two things. You claim that 1 month's rent, September's rent, when you weren't living there, was automatically taken out of your bank.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want September's rent back. How much was your share of the rent?
It was 26.4%. It was $767.47.
And then you say that you were away in camp. Were you a counselor?
Yes.
But you were still living there.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you had paid your rent.
Yes.
Because they had a problem in the apartment, did you have a flood or something?
Yeah, it was our AC had a leak, which flooded the front of the room.
Okay, so they had a flood, they had an AC problem, and they got a refund from the landlord for a month. Or
half a
part
month,
of
2
half
weeks.
a month, 2 weeks. And you say, I paid my rent for that month, and if you got a rebate for 2 weeks, I should get a third of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much did you get as a rebate?
$1,452.
Okay, so during the time that he paid rent, you got a credit for 2 weeks. His third of that, was he paying a third in rent?
No,
What was he paying?
he was paying 700.
67.
Yeah,
And how
67.
much was the entire rent?
2903.
Well, why was he paying such a small percentage of the rent? How many people were in the
It
apartment?
was just the three of us, but we had already made a verbal agreement with each other that we'd be renting a 2-bedroom unit in which we would have a 1 bedroom of that, the master, and then everything in the whole living area was also our possessions, and he'd just be renting the room from us. So he'd be
Okay.
paying a substantial less amount for the room.
Okay, so, I mean, at most, you're talking about a couple of $100 for the
Discount.
rent reduction.
Yes.
Right. Okay, now, he wasn't there in September.
His possessions were still remaining.
Well, tell me what was there in September.
September, remaining bathroom supplies.
That's nothing.
I know.
We're not talking about nothing. If we're talking about bathroom supplies, you said it was nothing in your answer. Well, so he wasn't there in September.
Yeah.
He did agree mid-August to late August that he would be paying, out of a courtesy, some of September's rent. What that sum was not my choice.
Okay, very good. So far, you owe him $967. That's for the month of September, because you're not unhappy that he's gone. Anyway, you're not unhappy he left. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $967. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.